sync it up. If you've ever wanted to use an EV charger on your e-bikes, today we're going to be talking about how you can do that, all the questions, everything you would need. We're going to be testing it on 3 Super 73s at different charging stations and see if it's worth it.
Live like Jackie and Rose, had the water been warmer, like a Bonnie and Clyde down in California, fall in love on the run, trying to make it to Cabo, Romeo with a blunt, Juliet with a bottle. Baby, I'm looking for reasons to call it a lie, but if the water were freezing.
What's going on, guys? I know this video already seems like it's very long, so please stay through the entire video so that way you guys don't miss any information. I do want to thank my friend Tyhell for putting me on EV charging your e-bike. I'll leave his Instagram in the description down below, and also Hunter for also just, you know, tagging along, having a good time, really helping out with the experiment of really how many bikes we can charge at once. We did cap out at 3 because that's all we had, but I do want to thank both of them for helping me out. Their Instagrams are in the description down below if you guys want to go check them out. At the end of the video, I do try and answer some questions, but I will leave everything linked that we use in this video in the description down below, so that way you guys can hopefully do this too. Enjoy the video.
How was the New York ride, man?
It looked like fun.
Oh man, 24 hours. I keep missing all the
damn.
Shit, man. I missed all the fucking good shit.
I almost slept on the wheel.
Oh no.
Cause that's about what, 4 hours? About 4 hour ride? Yeah.
There's a charger. It's somewhere here. It's somewhere in here.
Actually, it's across the street's charge point.
Cross street.
Let me see. Oh.
This is where we're at. And it's one there.
Ah, Mana Food Center. What?
And there's one, actually, a few more. Where's that? I think this is the dealership.
Yeah.
Car cars. And then. Let's try this one. Is that across the street?
That's either. Let me see here. It's across there. So that might be kind of sketchy.
Where's Target?
Target?
Yeah.
Oh, it's down the road. It's right by the that McDonald's we were at.
See, it's right here. See this one?
There's some there?
There's Target, and then there's 2. You know where that is?
Oh, that's the hospital.
How far is that?
Oh wait, no, yeah, there's some there. I forgot.
Kohl's?
Yeah, it's right next to Target, right in that same shopping center where we got McDonald's.
Oh, yeah?
We can go there.
Go.
We can go there.
Oh, okay.
Just keep going. We can go this way. Yeah, we'll go over.
here.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, I see it. I see it over there. Yep.
Oh, I see it.
Would it work?
Let's see if this one.
Does it have you pay first before you take it out? So I did want to hop in here real quick to adjust this first charging station. I don't think any of us really have an electric car to really know how these work. So we were kind of struggling for this first one. At the end, it kind of just gave us that we had restricted access to it, so we couldn't use it. Not sure if it's broken or not sure if that's normal. But we pretty much just went on our way to the next charging station where we kind of got everything to work. So please don't roast us too hard in the comments for not knowing how to work this first one. Again, we don't have an electric car yet. To get started, sign up into the ChargePoint app.
Well, maybe they locked it. Huh?
Maybe.
No good. Hey, buddy. Ain't no disconnecting me.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, you have to like at least tap your card first and then pay for it. Access restricted? You don't have access to this station.
I got another. Or charge.
So the app that we're using is called Plugshare. It's on the iOS and Android store if you guys want to go try it for yourself when you get the gear to do an EV charge for your bike. It tells you where the stations are. It tells you how much it'll cost to charge. If you're near your dealership, it might even tell you that you have to either talk to an associate who works at the dealership, or if you just straight up can't use it, and if it's only for cars that are being sold there. Whatever the case may be, it does give you all the information you would need to know before you go to charge. We pretty much just use it as a map. So when we found a new charging station, we just checked to see if it worked. And if we got it working, well, you're going to see it in the video. Where's the dealership's one?
There's one here. Where's that at?
That one's the hospital. I don't know if we'd be... Can we go in there?
Yeah.
We can try it.
It's in the parking lot. It's in the parking lot.
I was in the parking lot.
See, there's... You can see actually the photos here.
Uh-huh.
It's in the parking garage. You see?
Oh, we can try that then. So a little bit of context before we pull up to this next charging station. Me not owning an electric car kind of had me assuming that electric charging stations like the ones we're testing out today are a lot like gas stations in the sense of you kind of pull up, you pay, you use your card, you plug in your car to charge, and then when you're done, you just plug it back up and you're good to go. You don't need to sign up for any membership, you don't need to sign up for an account or anything like that. But it turns out that's not always the case with a lot of these charging stations. Again, I didn't know that. Ken, I don't have an electric car, so I wouldn't have known that. But now we know. Now we went through this, so hopefully you don't have to. I think I see it over in the back. You don't need it.
That's just an excuse to get a parking spot. I wish I would have bought one like 4 years ago.
A Tesla?
Yeah, just any electric car.
Yeah.
Before, you know, the pandemic and just everything just got out of hand with prices. Because it's just expensive now.
Yeah.
So,
One vehicle I'm looking at is the Ford F-150 Lightning.
Yeah.
That's the one I want.
I seen that. I seen the I think it was like a Silverado. Silverado had one. It was nice.
I haven't seen that one. I've seen the Hummer. I've seen the Ford. I've seen.
Jeep did one.
Yep.
Yeah, Jeep.
The Hummer's fucking heavy. That one's 9,000 pounds.
Oh yeah, and then you can't even get it.
No.
It's on back order.
Yeah.
One of my boys put his $100 down, and they talking about like in a whole year he's gonna be able to get it. I'm like,
that's not gonna happen.
no. So I don't know. We'll see.
It's like, what did Elon say about the Cybertruck back in like 2018? Oh yeah, in 2020 you'll have it, and then
My boy put his money down for the Cybertruck too, and
it's not here.
I don't know where his money went.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, well, he don't even want it no more. So I said, if anything happens, I said, man, I'll take your spot. Why not? Because I know a dude that got the first edition Hummer, like fully loaded, and he was one of the first ones that reserved it. He ended up getting his, and I think he resold it for something like $300,000. He bought it for $100,000. I think he resold it for $300,000.
Damn.
Because he just was the first guy to get it, and he had everything fully loaded, wheels, tires, everything, lift kit. And somebody came to him, offered him the money, and he was like, shit, it's gone.
Damn.
He just basically got it from me for $400,000 and made $200,000 for selling it. Yep. So that's almost how it is. My boy, he just ordered the motorcycle.
Okay.
So they just sent him an email saying that his bike should be here this month. But now he's like, man, I waited this long. I don't know if I.
That's a Saunders bike, right?
Yeah.
I've seen some videos of people getting them.
Yeah, they nice, man.
Yeah.
He went and got his motorcycle license and everything. So I think he's going to end up falling in love with it. But right now he's like, I don't even want it no more because it's been so long. It's about to get cold. I said, well, if you don't like it, I said, put it on there, put it up there for sale. You might get $8,000 for it.
Yeah.
You paid, I think $5. I think you paid $5 for it.
As long as it gets profit, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, as long as it gets profit. Yeah, I'm all about the profit. I'm all about the profit. Damn, you gotta do all that's a lot, though.
Yeah.
You gotta make it more convenient, because I mean, if I'm going on the road.
Yeah, I always assumed like it's like a gas station. You come in, you pay, and you charge up.
Start your count there or what?
Yeah, I mean, run us through how to set it up. Like, what do you got to do? It's not. So it's not as simple as just plugging this in to our bikes.
Actually, every EV charging station has their own brand. Like this one is Blink. Some of them it's called NEMA Connect, and some of them, like the one we saw, was
the first one. Okay.
So to be able to activate the charging station, some charging station you have to set up an account, like this one.
Okay.
This is the first time that I actually set this one up. So I got a few, charging station that is different. The way that you activate and turn on the,
turn on the charger.
Station. So in this particular case here, so I signed up, so we'll be able to use this one.
Okay.
So pretty much when you get here, they're gonna ask you for a code. If you remember, just get a code through the app, and then it'll tell you, it'll send you a code, and that's the code that you need to enter in this one.
Is the code like what you would usually use for like any charging station?
No.
Or is it just for this one that you needed it?
This.
Okay.
The NEMA Connect, you don't need a code.
Okay.
All you gotta do is you can be able to pay with your Apple Pay, Apple Watch, you scan it like that.
And it'll unlock it for you? Okay.
It'll turn on. But this particular,
you needed a code for Blink.
you need to be a member.
Right.
So, but it's no big deal. So for now, everything is pretty much, turned on. We're getting ready to
plug it in.
Because it says, if the green light blinking like that, it's ready to charge.
Okay.
So for right now, what we're gonna
But that obviously won't fit on our charge ports. So what do we got to do?
This is what it's called. This adapter, this plug-in. This is what it's called, the J1172.
Okay.
So.
Is that mostly the connection that they're going to use for all the charge point stations?
No, they have different.
Different.
So
okay.
There's what it's called, like Cam Demo, something like that. It's a different connector. Obviously, Tesla has
their own
proprietary connector.
Gotcha.
So for Tesla, as far as I know, only Tesla can charge on their charging station.
Okay.
Right.
Even if you trick it to plug in an adapter,
it's not going to work.
Gotcha. Because Tesla, obviously, they know who's charging on their station, that kind of stuff. But e-bikes obviously is not.
So
right.
for us, we need to be looking for the adapter with with the connection
Exactly.
with
This
the
is called J1117.
J1117. Copy
So
that.
let me go get the adapter, right?
Yeah.
So for right now, okay. So I guess we timed out. But it's okay. So no charge because we
Yeah,
timed out.
that's
Pretty
fine.
much, I would say probably 3 minutes they give you.
To like
Okay.
plug it in. Okay, so you might want to like set everything up first and then plug and then unplug it. Okay,
Exactly. Yes. But since this is the first time we're going to use this machine,
it doesn't really matter.
yeah.
So what do we have here? Is this?
Okay. So this is the J1172.
Okay, so that would work with this.
Exactly. All right. So what you want to do at first is, okay, you pull out all your stuff, right?
Mhm.
Charger,
Your bike charger, the adapter.
yes, and all the adapters that you're probably gonna need. So just put them aside just to get them ready. So
So you're going to be using the slow charger to
Yeah.
show this off.
Yeah.
But would it be an issue if you use the fast one?
Super 73.
Would it be an issue if you use the fast charger?
No.
It'll just work the
Not
same.
an issue.
Okay.
As long as, okay, let me show you something here because I think people ought to know. Where's the white one?
Yeah. We're just kind of like doing a bit of an experiment to see if the EV charging would work on our bikes. Obviously, if we can't just plug and play them.
Oh, these are bicycles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Electric bikes.
bicycle.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to ask him if he wanted to try it and say, oh, no, if you get hurt, you can go right here to the hospital. All right, so we've unlocked it. We've got it plugged in to the adapter here. Pretty simple. And then I'm guessing we just plug in the charger and then plug it into the bike.
So here's the adapter, right?
Mm-hmm.
That we plug in. You see?
Yep.
All right. So you
Plug that in there.
and then
You plug in the charger for the bike.
we're using the Super 73 stock charger.
Mm-hmm. But fast charger, tri-battery charger, it would work just fine.
Right. Yes. Should have green in here.
And if we just try plugging it in. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go. Okay. This one's
All right.
kind of loose.
Just make sure it's
Yes.
in there. All good.
All I did was just push it in, all right?
Yep.
Then turn on. So we're getting ready to charge. So on the Super 73, you plug this in.
Turn on the bike. That's green. That turned red. And are we charging? Yes.
Yes, we are.
We're charging.
So using the EV charger to charge the bikes. The camera won't focus, but it's charging.
Okay. So what we need to do is, if we're gonna charge like 3 bikes, probably because I brought
An extension.
an extension here, so we can charge 3 bikes.
Okay.
So
All right, so here you go. So the feature where you were saying that you had to switch to 220 volts.
yes.
So
I should have brought. I forgot because I was using my kilowatt meter that I didn't bring, but it doesn't matter.
So you don't need a kilowatt meter, or
I
you
would
would?
recommend using one.
Okay.
Because you can pretty much see how much wattage and amps it actually puts out in your bike.
Mm-hmm.
But this will actually control it.
A stock charger.
This one, yes. I mean, any charger.
Mhm.
With this one, this is a cheap battery, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one puts out what? 7.5, right?
Right.
I have one of these,
Mm-hmm.
and I hook it up to my kilowatt. I thought that it's gonna charge 7.5, but it doesn't.
Okay.
It only charges I think it's like 4.4 amps.
Okay.
All right. So with this, based on the manufacturer of these adapter, it'll pretty much show here on the adapter, right? Say the specs is 16 amps, 240 volts.
Oh.
So I haven't, I forgot to, I shouldn't have forgot that, but anyway, we're here. So anyway, most charging stations, they put out between 208 volts to 240 volts.
Right.
So obviously a 110, 120 volt charger
Won't work.
won't work on this one.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So you gotta be careful when you try to charge your bike with your either a stock charger or whatever charger.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to make sure that it supports 240, 220, 240 volts.
Okay.
This thing puts out a lot of current. That's why it's high voltage.
Right.
So with this particular charger, it's not, Super 73. It'll actually show on the specs here that it supports. It's an auto volt.
Mm-hmm.
Auto voltage is between 100 to 240 volts. So we're good.
Okay.
Right? So we're good. So what else?
And would using a big charger like this charge our bikes faster, or would it be the same as like doing it at home?
It depends on what the what. Let's say for example this Tesla here.
Mm-hmm.
They have a limit on how much watts they put on the electric batteries.
Mm-hmm.
So with this, it tells you it puts out 3 amps, but I hooked up my thing. It only puts out 1.4.
Right.
So it's less. So
So it just limits it for the protection of the battery.
I guess
Okay.
probably, the manufacturer of this one, they really don't want to put out maximum 3 amps.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously we can charge, and then let's go try hook this thing up
Okay.
and see how it goes. So who's this?
That's mine, but
Okay,
you can
so-
do his bike or mine. It don't matter.
My bike is good on battery.
Actually, I have another one, but you can put your bike in here. So for right now, this is set to. Did you see that?
The orange thing, yep. What is that, 10?
110.
110?
Yeah, you don't directly plug it, right? I almost did, right? I thought you already hooked this thing up to 220. So what you do, just get a key and then slide it.
There you go. Sweet.
So
Now it's at 220?
is it at 220 now?
Yep, 220.
Good, right? So before we plug this one to the bike, right? We have to plug this in first.
That's green, plugged in. So then if you plug it into the bike, it should charge.
So turn this off first.
Okay.
The way the Super 73 actually recommends charging your battery is
Mhm.
before you hook this thing up, the battery should be turned off. So you hook the thing up, and then after you hook it up,
Plug it in,
Sweet.
and then turn it on.
Turn it off. Now it turned red. See?
It turned red. So it's charging.
It is charging.
It is charging.
Right?
All right.
So you want to get your bike and charge it? See, you can charge 3 bikes.
We can try 3. Yeah, we'll try 3 bikes.
That would be dope. That would be dope.
Take this out.
Move that over a little bit.
You see the maximum output of this adapter is 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
I read the manufacturer's, comments.
Yeah.
Read comments, and then people are just asking all kinds of questions. And I went through a response from the manufacturer of this one. It could support up to 20 amps of charging.
Okay.
But in here it's 16.
It's a 16, yeah.
So, I wouldn't go past 16, whatever it's in there, so I'll stick to that.
Right.
But for right now, I already knew that this one, fast charger, probably putting out 4
Mm-hmm.
amps. This one, 1 amp, so we're at 5. So
Okay.
we got plenty of, we got plenty.
I can take up the 15.
So for right now, okay, so let me make sure that's the first thing with this charger, this manual.
Put the
Yep.
220.
Make sure it's
220.
220. Okay, so is it 220? Is it 220?
Yep.
Okay, 220. Okay, so now what we do is we plug this. We light up. Dead.
All right, so it's ready to charge.
Ready to charge.
My bike is turned off.
Good thing. Battery's off. Lights up.
Lights up. And it's charging.
So
Damn, so we're charging 3 bikes with 1 EV charger.
it's 1 EV.
And all you really need is the adapter. And if you want to charge more than 1,
Yeah, you can.
a splitter. We are charging 3 bikes with an EV charger. And this Tesla's watching us.
You want, after here, at least we saw that it can.
It works,
maybe
yeah.
You can go to another station.
Yeah, we can try another one.
Yeah, and then this one is blank, and then probably the one that I really wanted to do content on is the one that's you don't have to sign up.
I think I know one.
All you gotta do is just either scan it. You know, if you have Apple Pay, you just scan it.
I think I know of a charger that we can just take it off without having to pay for it. So we can go there later.
Too much for, I guess, for guys. You sign it, you know. But to me, it's the more you have,
Yeah.
to charge in different stations, the better, right?
Right.
So, but with the fun one, it's really easy to charge and just to go straight on these.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know we can find one.
Okay.
So we can do that.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go get something to eat.
You're charging that whole thing for like maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's too expensive.
3 cents. 3 cents for 10 minutes of charging. I don't know, man. Inflation. These prices is going up.
Yeah, I will be ordering my adapter as soon as I get home.
What is this? A VSET T9. Would you look at that? They even got an electric scooter. We should tell them that they can charge over there.
Is it electric?
Yeah. We should tell them that they can charge there. Okay, so we're gonna be trying it on my own Super 73. We've got a few different chargers here, but we're gonna stick with the stock charger for Super and my own personal. But this should work for any other e-bikes, a Sur-Ron, an aerial rider, whatever you need. So depending on which charging station you go to, some of them will let you just take off the charger from the charging point, no problem. Others will have to have you sign up for some kind of membership. Personally, I always thought it's kind of just free game, but turns out some of them are free that you can just unplug, pay for it, and then charge up. Other ones you do need a membership for. You also need an adapter like this one to work with a specific charger. I'll try to leave this one specifically in the link in the description down below. Plug that in, make sure it's nice and good. Make sure your bike is turned off before plugging anything in. Then you plug in the charger, and if everything is done right, is it good to go?
Huh?
This one's not lighting up.
Which one?
The standard charger.
Probably it timed out.
Okay.
That's probably what happened. Sorry, no.
Yep. So once you're timed back in,
It timed out.
yep. Sometimes it'll do that with the charger, but you know you're good when your charger is green, charging up. Make sure your battery is off. You plug it in, turn on the battery, and then once it turns on, it should show that it's charging. So this is with the stock Super 73 charger. We also tested it on another charger with fast chargers, and this should work with any other e-bike, Sur-Ron, aerial rider, P51, whatever you got, it should work. All you would need really is an adapter like this one. Again, I'll leave this one linked down below if you guys want to get the specific one as well. It says it can do 16 amps, but it should max out at 20. If you have a fast charger such as the Chai battery, which has this little red switch, make sure it's flipped up to 220. You can leave it up and charge it at either a fast charger, at a wall outlet, whatever, just to make sure you're good. And if you're charging with friends, one of these would work. This one is a 3-prong, so we can charge all 3 bikes if we need to, but the more the merrier with whoever you're riding with. And that's a pretty simple setup, actually. And then once you disconnect it, it'll charge you. Should I unplug it now? Like, are we good?
Yeah. Let's see if it doesn't actually, I don't know if this thing actually, if you unplug it, it will stop.
Yeah, I can.
But you can try.
I'll just unplug it.
Yeah. If it stopped, then I can just scan it.
So it's unplugged. And this specific charger says it's free, so nothing was charged for like the 2 minutes of charging. Others, the last one we did, it charged 3 cents for like 10 minutes of charging. So depending on which charger you're at, I'm not sure if it's worth it, but for those asking if this is actually possible, you can do it. Now you know. So now we've got the same setup here with the EV plug to the adapter to a 3-prong extension outlet, whatever you want to call it. We have my bike charging right over there. We have another RX with a dual battery charging. Not sure if you can see it right there. Then we have another one charging right here. And like I said, depending on the charger, you have to sign up for a membership or their program or whatever. You can just unplug it and charge up after you pay. But either way, it'll be really cheap. A couple cents, maybe $1 at most, depending on how much you need. And just depending on where you're at, if you're at a shopping center, I mean, we're kind of on the side of a road at some random building, but it is possible. So if you want to go get food or whatever the case may be. All right, guys, I do apologize, but also thank you for watching and sticking through the entire video. I know it was a longer one than usual, but right now I did want to kind of adjust a couple of things that I may or may not have missed out on in the video. So what do you need to do this? You obviously need an adapter. I will leave the link for the one that we use in the description down below. You guys can go check that out. With shipping, it should just come right under $100. So it might be worth it for you. It might not be worth it. Kind of depends on your area. Is doing this free? On select chargers, it kind of depends if it's free or not. And even if it is free, it honestly won't be super expensive. It still beats paying for gas. And maybe if you're stranded somewhere and you only have EV chargers, and let's say for the final charge that we use in the video, let's say we can't go inside to use a plug and they only have EV chargers, it might, you know, come in handy in case of like an emergency or something. And in what situation would you actually need to use an EV charger over a typical outlet? I did take some time to think about this, and this is a very, very crazy hypothetical, but just hear me out. Let's say, for example, your local shopping center or a new shopping center you're checking out or whatever, right? Just bear with me. Doesn't allow you to bring in either your e-bike, it doesn't let you bring in your battery, it doesn't have any place to lock up the bike while you're going in to eat. They just don't let you, they're not e-bike friendly, okay? Let's just put it that way. For whatever case maybe, they're not e-bike friendly, and they only have electric vehicle charging stations. So what you can do is maybe go into a restaurant, you know, buy your food or whatever the case may be, get your cup of coffee, bring your bike to the charging station, plug it up, drink your coffee, eat your food while it's charging, almost like you were in an actual electric vehicle, how you would do when you're just kind of waiting for it to charge up, if that makes sense. I think in the video, we did say it could work with at least 6 bikes that are Super 73, depending on the chargers and the output and everything like that. I'm not big, I don't know much about like volts and amps and watts and electric stuff. I really should be, but I'm not, I'll be honest with you. But Tahoe, one of the guys who really actually put me onto this, who was also helping me out in this video, says that with his meter, the 3 amp output charger only puts out 1.4 amps. And you can actually, doing the math, you can basically charge 12 Super 73s with a stock charger at the same time. 12 bikes needing 1.4 amps. That's about 16.8 amps, which is what the specs are in the adapter. It says 16, but you should be able to max out at 20. They just put 16 there just to be on the safe side, obviously. So, you know, maybe if you're on a group ride and you only have EV chargers, or the restaurant doesn't want to accommodate all 12 bikes, you can use an EV charger. So again, very broad, very crazy hypotheticals, but it's better to have it just in case than to need it and not have it, if that makes sense. Again, I do want to thank you guys so much for sticking around, watching the entire video. I hope to see you guys using an EV charging station in the future. If you do, make sure you guys let me know. Leave it in the comments, post it on Instagram and tag me. I'll repost it. I'll give you a little shout out, whatever the case may be. Hopefully this video was informative. It's a little bit different from what I usually do, but a lot of people have been wanting to know how to do this. Even when I first got my bike, I kind of made a joke about using a Tesla charger on the bike. That was like 2 years ago, and look where we are now. So if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.